how can a war which lasted 54 years, 250,000 people dying, hundreds of tongues destroyed, how can that be erased from our intellectual, social, and psychological memory?
That war is the Caste War, and today S.J.C. made a move to publicly launch an educational project to sensitize students and the wider public about this piece of history that is not often talked about. As a part of the Caste War educational program, S.J.C. has set up a website, exhibit, and developed a curriculum. Yasser Musa explains why they're taking this approach of technology, creativity, and community.
It's about what we are supposed to be teaching in our school system. The school system is still very feeble as it relates to how we deal with our history and how we deal with the resistance, with the rebellion, and with the struggles of survival. Those stories are completely ignored. We are trying to say that the things we are presenting now, we're not trying to say that is the truth, We're just trying to point out that the approach we've been taking in teaching history and social studies is a failure. Let us accept that. That's a part of our responsibility as people who are in the system. It has failed, and we need to fix it and design it. But the bigger challenge now is to design it for the digital generation. So what we're about is how do we transform the pedagogy, the approach we take to the teaching of history. And it's not just history as you would maybe say fundamentally, but economics, politics, culture, the arts, all these things have dynamism, and so we have to make history a dynamic thing.
In 2013, S.J.C. began teaching African and Mayan civilization to first form, and the following year, transitioned to Belizean history with a focus on rebellion, and later started teaching Latin American and Central American history, and fourth year focused on Caribbean history. They have now developed a free 4-year curriculum based on these history lessons, and that is available for download online.
BelizeHistorySJC.com. Anybody can go there, any teacher, any principal, any student, and download. For example, we've just put up our Caste War section, and that has over 40 books, e-books free. It has all the infographics, the images that are easy to understand, and the designs. It has videos of the residents in the community that we've interviewed. So these are things like modules that students can go and do. Students can go and search and learn their own history.
That history tells the story of the rebellion of the Caste War of Yucatan that started with the rebellion of the native Maya people of the Yucatan, Mexico in 1847 against the European-descended population. That war lasted until 1901. As Yasser notes, it has helped to direct the course of northern Belize.
The entire north of our country was shaped by that war, not just in terms of the people, which is very important, the Maya people, but important from boundary standpoint. That's when the boundary between Mexico and Belize had to be negotiated, because both the imperialist powers, the British on one side and then the new Mexican state, were in a panic. Oh, what the hell, these Mayas are going in and out and there's no, let's hurry, seal up the boundaries. So that had to be defined. So it teaches also about labor, about slavery within the indigenous system. Yes, slavery in the African context is very important, but how about Maya slavery? All of that is important for young people to know.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.